What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Will, Family Man Physique. And baby, today is Wednesday, so I'm back in the kitchen trying to fix me some meals to take to work. I normally do my little meal prep on Wednesdays, so I was like, man, let me go ahead and turn the camera on for you guys, see what I'm cooking today. So what I'm gonna do today, I'm gonna cook for you guys like a little beef, broccoli, and rice recipe. Real simple, real easy, real quick, nothing too complicated. Again, I'll have the macros and the calorie information for the meal in the description box below. So that's pretty much it, man. We're gonna go ahead and get to it, show you guys how we make this meal. So let me show you the ingredients I'm gonna be using for the meal today. So we got some Jasmine Rice. There's some Kroger brand Jasmine Rice. And then we're gonna be using some steam fresh broccoli. A bag of broccoli. And for the protein, we're going to be using some Carne Picada. I guess it's like carne asada steak or what have you. It says it's great for stir fry. It's already kind of chopped up into pieces. And let me show you guys the macros for the meat. We got 8 grams of fat, 6 grams of carbs, and 23 grams of protein for a 4-ounce serving, 112 grams. And that's the, like I said, the Carne Picada for Food Line. Alright guys, so first what I'm going to do is I'm going to weigh out my rice. So for your rice, look at the bag here. You can see that it's 45 grams for 1/4 a cup. So I want a full cup, so that's 180 grams of rice. So you know how we do, we turn on our food scale. Got everything zeroed out, and we're gonna add 180 grams of rice. Boom. 100, right at 181 grams of rice, so perfect. So that's a full cup of Jasmine rice. We're gonna add our cup of rice. All right, and we're gonna add 2 cups of water. Boom. 2 cups of water over in the rice. All right, and we're gonna add just about a teaspoon of salt to help with the seasoning the rice, give it a little flavor. And also, like I said before in one of my other videos, just a little bit of salt also will help your water boil. So not much, just a little sprinkle of salt there. And we can go ahead and get the rice to a boil. And once the rice starts boiling, we'll put the lid on, then we'll let it simmer for about 15 minutes or so. All right, so while we got that going, let's go ahead and knock the protein out. Let's go ahead and cook this meat. A little bit of canola oil here. Quick little squirt. And I know a lot of people say, Pam has calories, so they don't spray a lot. I mean, this canola oil right here doesn't have much of anything in it. Even though I still keep the sprays fairly light, there aren't any calories or anything in this this brand non-stick cooking spray. All right, and let's go ahead and get the pan on, guys. Go ahead and get that warming up. It's always good, especially when you're cooking some type of beef protein like steak or lean meat. If you warm your pan up first, you'll get a real good sear on your meat. It'll give it a nice, really good deep color to it, real sear, and it'll kind of keep it tender. Now, like if you were doing chicken breast or something like that, you want to kind of keep the heat on the low side, because if you go straight to high heat with chicken breast, it will dry it out for sure. So But with your beef, you know, you kind of want to get your pan, you know, preheated. That way you'll get a good sear on your meat. So we're gonna get that nice and heated up. And again, I'm sorry for the angles, guys. It's me and my little tripod trying to record this for you guys. So I apologize if the angle isn't that good and the lighting isn't that good. I'm kind of shaky, kind of multitasking going on here, but I'm gonna get it for you. I'm gonna capture it no matter how it look. I'll have it. All right, guys. So check me out. We got our plate. We got our food scale. Let me back that up. We got that zeroed out, and I want to get 12 ounces. So I'm gonna unit it over till I get 2 ounces, and I'm gonna add meat until I get to 12 ounces. There's 12.5 ounces of this meat, so that's perfect. I'll just go ahead and roll with that. Since that's all I had anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and roll with 12.5 ounces of this beef. The rice is starting to boil here, so I'm gonna give it a quick stir. We're gonna put the lid on it. We're gonna turn it down. Turn that down to low. And just let that simmer for about 15 minutes. Now what I'm gonna do, guys, is I'm not gonna cook all this beef in this pan. As you can see, I'm using like a smaller pan. And if you put too much meat in the pan, your meat will start to get very, very watery, and it will almost boil versus sear. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna probably split this in half, and I'm gonna cook it into 2 separate batches, okay? So I'm gonna go ahead and throw in half of this, get that cooked, then I'll throw in the other half. We should get a nice, good sear sound. Hear that? Let you know you got your pan nice and hot. I'll do a little bit more. And as you can see how the rice starts to boil up a little bit? So you'll just take the lid off and give it a stir. Sometimes you'll get that foam kind of come up to the top. No biggie. And then just put the lid right back on. Yeah. Alright, I'll go back over here to our beef. And you can see how I was already starting to sear up because we got our pan nice and hot. So as that meat cooks, show you guys the seasonings I'll be using today to season our meat. I'm gonna do a little bit of garlic powder. I'm gonna do a little bit of this Goya adobo seasoning, and a little bit of this garlic and pepper seasoning. And I'm gonna go ahead and throw the seasonings on. All right, so we're gonna add our garlic powder. A little bit of the adobo seasoning. And some of the garlic and pepper seasoning. So one thing I want to add to this real quick is to give it a little bit more flavor. And I know some people may say, oh, it may be too much sodium, but I'm not very sensitive to sodium. You know, I've never had high blood pressure a day in my life, so doesn't bother me too much. So I'm gonna add a little bit of this soy sauce just to give a little bit of flavor. Just not too much, just a little bit. Boom. Add that in there. See that? Just throw that in. Nice brown color. I'm gonna need some awesome flavor for sure. All right, so this batch is done. There's 1/2 of the beef cooked up. All right, so same deal, guys. Nothing any different. We're gonna get the other half and do the exact same thing. All right, guys, so now we're gonna go ahead and check back on our rice. It's been about 12-15 minutes or so, but it looks like a lot of the liquid is already evaporated out of there. So let's give it a stir. And if you take a look, you can see there's not hardly any water left down up under the rice. I hope you guys can see that. But again, once you see all the liquid has pretty much evaporated, typically the rice should be nice and soft and fluffy. So we'll give it a little taste. Perfect. Perfect. All right, guys, we're gonna turn that off. Take that away off the heat. And while I waited on the rice to finish cooking, I went ahead and steamed our broccoli, steamed fresh broccoli florets. I normally don't even input the macros when it comes to my veggies, like when I'm eating like green beans or asparagus or broccoli, only because the macronutrient levels are so small and minute. A lot of times I don't even put them in. Like I'll show you for this broccoli, and I'm sorry the nutritional label fell off. But you can see, look, 0 grams of fat, and there is 4 grams of carbs per serving, right? And according to the bag, there are about 3.5. You guys can see that. About 3.5 servings per bag. So even in this whole bag, if you got 4 grams of carbs at 3.5 servings, you're talking about 12.5 grams of carbs for this whole bag. For the whole bag. So me separating it into 2 meals, we're talking about 6 grams of carbs. That's very minute. You know, that's I'm not even worried about, you know, those 6 grams of carbs. So, you know, if you want to be super anal about it, by all means. I'm not saying that you don't have to track veggies, that you don't have to input your veggies when you're tracking your macros. But I'm just saying, for me, those numbers are typically so small. I really don't count those. You know, if you're on a cut and you really want to be super strict, then by all means you can go ahead and count them. But even when I was cutting, I didn't input my veggies, and now that I'm currently bulking, I'm definitely not going to input the veggies. So I'll let you use that to your own discretion. All right, guys, so here it is. So all we're gonna do is I'll just take this meat right here, and I'll just split that up. Like I said, I'm using all this to put in 2 separate meals. So I'll just take my hand in this case, split it down the middle like that. You know, I'll take the broccoli, split that up, and I'll also just take the pot of rice and split that up. And I've already prepared one, so I'll just show you guys. Boom. Very simple. The rice, the beef, and the broccoli. Nothing too complicated, guys. Real simple meal here. Real simple meal here. And like I said, guys, I'll make sure to put the calories in the description box below. I appreciate you guys checking in with me today, man. You know, if you like this video, if you found it helpful, if you like the recipe, man, comment, man, share it. You know, give your boy a like. I'll definitely appreciate the support. Just lets me know that you guys enjoy the content, and I'll continue to work to try to keep content coming. Like I said, man, I'm a family man, kids, wife, still got a 9-to-5 job in corporate America. So, you know, sometimes it's kind of hard to find time, but as long as I know you guys are enjoying the videos and, you know, enjoying the content, you know, I'll continue to work to get this uploaded for you guys. You know, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, man, come on over and join the family, man. I appreciate to have you. Come see what we got coming next. Like I said, my plan is to keep content pumping for you, baby. So again, it's Will, Family Man Physique, man. I appreciate y'all checking in with me. I'll catch y'all later.